Hey guys, it's Fletch, and today we'll be taking a look at a game that I've been pretty pumped for over these past few years, but I've also had an air of skepticism about it as well, because I was worried they were going to rely too much on fan service before actually making a legitimately good game. But luckily that is not the case, so today we'll be taking a look at a game called Professor Layton vs Phoenix Wright. And we got it before you Americans, which is why Australia is better than America, so ha! What? Your stuff's that cheap. Oh, the Club Nintendo's got what? No way, let me see that. You think you can just lie to my face? Let me see that. Mario Golf. Well, that's not that great. Super Mario World. Paper Mario. Oh my god.
Okay, anyway, Professor Layton vs Phoenix Wright's plot starts off when Layton, Luke, Phoenix and Maya all get transported to a town called Labyrinthia, which is a place where magic apparently exists. Okay, yes, the story's a lot deeper than that, but if I were to tell you any more, then I'd be ruining the game for you, as the story in this game is one of the best aspects of it. This is mainly due to the fact that there are constant unexpected twists, the characters are all very likeable, and just the overall scope of this case makes this game exciting. The story is also complemented by the mixture between Layton and Phoenix's gameplay from both of their core series. The gameplay consists of two parts, the first being investigating, where you solve puzzles, talk to other NPCs, as well as just explore. The second half being the witch trials, which work just like a court case in the Ace Attorney series. So essentially, the game is half Layton and half Phoenix. But the game doesn't exactly feel like you're playing two different games. Instead, it feels like you're playing through a smooth experience, if that makes sense. This is because the two gameplay aspects feel like they're intertwined into the story, instead of the feeling that you're playing a game with a set agenda that just keeps repeating itself. The presentation in this game is pretty darn good as well. The 3D models seem to have more freedom to move around, and the backgrounds are actually pretty detailed. The cutscenes are as good as ever, and there's quite a bit of voice acting, which is surprising. Although I wasn't really a fan of Maya's voice actor, as she sounded like she was just sort of reading a script. Also, I found some of the puzzles to be a bit on the simple side, as there are a lot more maze puzzles that you could just solve by pressing random buttons until you get a solution, which is a bit disappointing. The same can't be said about the witch trials though, as they are always exciting, and some of the new ideas really spice them up. So overall, you're getting a near perfect experience the whole way through.
So one of my favourite things about the game was how fluid the whole experience felt. So what I mean by that is there are two portions to the game, as you know, investigation and the witch trials. But they didn't really feel like two separate things, as in, after the investigation, some amazing thing that can't be explained occurs, and then you're thrown into a witch trial. And it all felt like a single experience that wasn't really broken up into two portions. So that was one of my favourite things about the game, and I'm going to give that 3 points. Something else that I really did like about the game was how exciting the story was. I mean, it always stayed fresh, it kept throwing twists at you, and it just left you wanting more after you stopped playing. So I'm going to give that 3 points as well. Something else that really surprised me about the game was how lengthy it actually was. As in, the main story will take you about 30 hours, that's how long it took me on my playthrough. And you're also getting all the puzzles that you haven't solved yet, all the hint coins you can find and pick up, all the bonuses that you get after finishing the game, so you're definitely getting your money's worth. So I'm going to give this 2 points. Something else that I liked was how nicely presented the game actually is. So there's a lot more cutscenes, there's a lot of voice acting, and the 3D models in the game show off the personalities of the people much more. And I noticed the camera was a lot more dynamic, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to give that 1 point. Now on to the bad. So one little minor thing that I had a problem with was the puzzles. I mean, the puzzles standard of them in this game is a bit lower on the spectrum. There was a lot of those moving with the arrow keys puzzles, like the mazes and stuff. But they were okay, I guess, but compared to other Professor Layton puzzles, they were kind of a letdown, so I'm going to give that 1 point. A little personal problem I had with the game was how there was so many plot holes after finishing it. Pretty much the finale just tells you how all the things happened, but it doesn't really go into specifics about it. And that was a little annoying because it doesn't really give you much closure about what happened in Labyrinthia. So it is a personal problem that I had, so I'm going to give that a 0.5 because it's not really a big deal, but you know, it's there.
Okay, let's see how Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright stacks up.
So basically what I'm trying to say about this game is it's good. So if you're a fan of either series or both, or even if you're not a fan, this is definitely a worthy entry into both of their series. And although it's not the best in either series, it's definitely up there. So definitely pick this up. Unless you're in America, because you can't. I'm sorry. That about wraps up my video for today, you guys. So remember to like, favorite, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you like what you saw today. And just a reminder about this game, you should definitely pick it up. I would even go as far to say that it's better than Azeron Legacy, so that's something in itself. Anyway, I'll catch you all later, guys. Bye.